YouTube, how the fuck you doing? Hey guys, Nadeshot. Today I'm bringing you a brand new video, and what we're going to talk about today is something that I used to do in the past on my YouTube channel. And to be honest with you, I was really contemplating whether I wanted to kind of dive into this subject. I mean, as you guys can see by the title, we're talking about possible retirement from competitive Call of Duty. And something I've been kind of struggling with severely in the last couple of weeks is anxiety. And in the past on my YouTube channel, I used to do some really personal topics early on in my career, like 2010, 2011. And I've always really been a firm believer that if you know more about the person that you're watching, you can really connect with them more. So you might enjoy watching their videos more, or like, I would love to see more like backstage or behind the game of like professional NBA players like LeBron and Derrick Rose, whoever, Blake Griffin, so I can get to know more about them, and I think that'll just make me enjoy them more as a player and as a person. And like I said, that I've always been a firm believer of that, so that's why I always, in the back in the day when I was starting on YouTube, I always told you guys about my family, about my life, about my job, about school, about my mom, stuff like that. So that is why I'm trying to be an open book in a sense. And I really was debating on whether I wanted to do this because it is really personal. And you know, I know there's going to be trolls making fun of me and stuff like that, or calling me a sissy girl, whatever. It doesn't matter, okay? Because I enjoy these kinds of videos, and I think you guys do too, so that you guys understand what's going through my head when you hear things about me going through a possible retirement from competitive Call of Duty. So let me address that first and foremost. So a couple weeks ago, there was a Reddit thread that I posted, and you know, there's a lot of built-up frustration that went into that post that I made, and I kind of made a hint towards a possible retirement at the end of the 2014 season. And it's something that I'm still contemplating. I really haven't come to a decision yet, but let me kind of give you guys a background of why I'm having these thoughts and stuff like that. So, if you guys didn't know, I suffer from really bad anxiety, and it all kind of stems from back when my mom got sick when I was a younger kid. You know, you guys know a lot about that. I don't think I really need to get into it, but when she started having seizures and she would have days where, you know, she just wasn't herself, those were the days that I think really started my problems and my battle with anxiety, because I was always kind of curious, like, Mom, are you okay? Mom, you alright? Mom, you doing okay? I would literally ask her all day, and it's all I would think about while I was sitting up in my room playing Halo. I was like, I hope she's not having a seizure. I hope she's gonna be alright today. Stuff like that. So I really think that's where my overthinking mind kind of began. That's where it kind of sprouted and started. And to this day, I'm still suffering from that same anxiety. But that anxiety really isn't pertaining to my mom anymore, because she passed away in October 2012, so we're coming up on 2 years ago. That anxiety has kind of translated over to my stress with competitive Call of Duty, and I'll try and give you guys an example. So going into events has to be probably the most stressful thing that I've dealt with since I had to, you know, witness my mom get sick and pass away, and just that whole process. Going into matches is so unbelievably, it just triggers my anxiety to an entirely new heights, because I'm so afraid of failing, because I feel like I'm trying to really hold myself to a standard for so many different people. You know, I'm trying to bring home a championship for Optic Gaming, which we finally did do. I'm trying to please you guys. I'm trying to please myself. I'm trying to, you know, please my teammates. I'm just being pulled in so many different directions, and for me, it's just so hard to balance, because, you know, I think it's hard to really explain anxiety to somebody who doesn't have anxiety, and I don't want it to make it sound like it's just some made-up thing that I'm, you know, using as like a crutch, because I promise you guys I'm not. You know, I have a really difficult time turning off my thoughts. Like, you know, I tweet about it occasionally when it's really bad. Like even last night, I just tweeted out anxiety sucks, because for whatever reason, last night I just couldn't stop thinking about life, and I couldn't stop thinking about my YouTube channel. I couldn't stop thinking about upcoming events, and I couldn't stop thinking about the league matches I have to play in 2 weeks, and I couldn't stop thinking about how my stream got DDoSed 3 times yesterday. And I'm just trying to give you guys like a simulation of everything, like the rapid thought process that just keeps going on in my head, keeps going, and I just can't turn it off. There's no way for me to really like turn the switch off and relax. It's because I'm always thinking about it 24/7, because this is really all I do. I mean, competitive Call of Duty and social media is literally all that I do, because it's my job, it's my livelihood, and it's just getting so difficult to balance. And so when I talk about possible retirement, that is kind of my way of trying to relieve the anxiety and the stress that I go through before events, because playing those matches and waiting to play, I think waiting for competitive matches is the worst thing, because there's so many different things going through my head. It's like, what maps should I be videoing? Am I going to perform well? Is the team going to perform well? Are we going to win? Are we going to get bashed by thousands and thousands and thousands of people on Twitter? And just, it's hard to separate those thoughts. So, you know, I'm trying to explain myself in the best possible way so that you guys understand why retirement from the competitive scene has gone through my head. It's just because it's just a lot of stress that I don't think I need to really go through. And sometimes I just sit there and think, you know, this would be so much more enjoyable and so much better if I could just stream Game Battles matches and not really worry about letting people down, or not really worry about, you know, letting myself down, or not worry about being like a hindrance towards my teammates. You know, it's just something that I've thought about. You know, I could do YouTube full time. I can play whatever games I want without, you know, having to hear it from you guys because I'm not practicing enough. I could stream whenever I wanted without having to worry about losing on stream and then just being angry for the rest of the day. It's just, there's so many different things and benefits that I see from retiring from competitive, but then, you know, and then I think about actually retiring. That would mean that I wouldn't be going to events to try and prove that I'm the best player or team in the game. And that's just something that I'm not sure if I'm ready to walk away from yet, because I'm truly a competitive person. And now that we have such a good roster and it's being such a successful venture with these guys, I don't think I'm ready to retire. And it's just a constant battle inside my own head whether I'm going to follow through with these things. And it's something that I'm thinking about every single day. And I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. You know, I'm doing my best to kind of explain myself, and you know, with so many thoughts running across my head, it's really hard to formulate those into one explainable thought. So I'm hoping this video is doing somewhat of a good job. And, you know, basically, you know, just to give you guys the synopsis of everything that I've said, the reason why I'm considering retirement is because I have a very, very, very hard time dealing with the anxiety and the stress that comes with competing. And you know, I hate dealing with the other players and egos and stuff, and I have an ego. You know, I'm not denying that I don't have an ego. It's just I don't air it out on Twitter, or you know, I used to talk a lot of crap to players. I used to be a very big trash talker years ago, but now I can't even, I don't even enjoy like the camaraderie that comes with it, or the attitude that comes with it. You know, I just hate having to like deal with other people. It's just so many different things, you know, and it's so hard to explain because I just have so many different thoughts going through my head. It's just the whole competitive scene has gotten more trying on myself, more frustrating than it should be, and I just need to find a better way to deal with it all. So that's what I'm trying to do at the house right now. You know, I'm trying to, you know, go through certain thought processes to kind of calm myself down and not have to stress out about the little things and not have the anxiety that I do have. But it's a constant battle. Like I said, if you don't have anxiety, it's kind of hard to explain, but anybody that does deal with anxiety of any kind really knows where I'm coming from, I think. Just because I'm trying not to let people down, and I'm trying not to let myself down, and I'm trying to deal with the pressure of competitive while trying to make YouTube videos every single day, while trying to entertain you guys. And it's becoming really, really difficult for me, when in the past it was never really that hard to do. I don't know if it's because I've been doing it for so long, but I'm really trying, guys. So I hope this video kind of gave you some sort of insight to what is going through my head and why I've talked about a possible retirement. And thinking back on it now, I feel like my thoughts are really running all over the place in this video. So If you guys don't really understand where I'm coming from, I'm sorry. I don't know if I did too good a job of explaining it just because there's so many different things going through my head, but hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and YouTube. We'll see you folks later.